Hey guys, in this episode we're going to talk about fonts, font management, using different tools to manage all your fonts, and how to make your designing using fonts cool. Hi guys, and welcome to Kelvin Designs. My name is Kelvin and I design. That's why it's called Kelvin Designs. Today we're going to be talking about fonts and font management, and as a designer this is very, very important. You can ask any experienced designer how important type is, and that's why you need font management software. That means that you will be able to organize your libraries, make different font libraries for different clients or jobs, and activate or disactivate various fonts. It also gives you access to thousands of fonts without having to activate them. What that means is you can preview any font and activate or disactivate it. So you'll see how easy this is to use and how vital it is, and once you've gone and used it, you will never be able to not use it again. This is an absolute must tool for every designer. Let's get started. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is actually go to extensis.com, and once you're on the site you can go to here, font management, and click the try button, and just follow the instructions. You go here, you got to put in your email and so on, and you get a free trial, free 30-day trial. If you can afford to buy it, I think it's about $100. I definitely recommend you get it because it's really the industry standard for font management. Once you have it installed, you'll have a window that doesn't necessarily look like this with all the fonts. I have all my fonts already added, but you should know you have three different categories. You have your own fonts, which is in the font library up here. You have system fonts, which are pre-installed fonts, usually come with the operating system, and they're all pre-opened. These are your fonts like Arial, Helvetica, Garamond, and all these fonts that are standard. And then when you first install it, you go to the file menu up here and you click on Enable Google Fonts. Now, the first time you do this might take a few minutes depending on your connection. But what it's doing, it's basically syncing its library of all the fonts that are on Google or made available by Google. So as you can see, there's a lot of fonts, 668 as of today. And I've gone through here and I've clicked on the little star next to some of these names, like this one, Abril Fatface and Advent Pro. And what this really does is I'm telling Suitcase this is one of my favorites. And now here you can see the blue bar up here, that's meaning that it's all sorted by name. And I can also click on this up here, and now I'm sorting by favorites. So all my favorites are at the top. What I want to do, however, is create a new group of just the fonts that I've clicked as favorite. And I want it to be dynamic, meaning if I ever in the future click on another one that's favorited, it'll automatically go in that group. So let me show you. You create a new smart set right here. I will double click it to edit the name, and I will call it Google Favorites. That. And then I will say fonts that match any of the following conditions, and I will say favorite, yes. And there we go. Now I have this group with all my favorited fonts. If I go up and you can see there's 18 fonts. If I go to the Google Fonts now and I say, well, I actually really like, let's find another font here. Let's try this one. Cuisine or Cousin, and I click the star. Now this font will automatically be in here, which you can see here. So it's a dynamic folder. All right, so that's pretty simple. If you want to go into your main Google Fonts, you can just click on any font like Dorsa here, and click on Temporary Activation, and you can see a little blue highlighter here on the left side that says that this font is now available in the operating system and from every program. If you click the green one, that means that it'll always be activated even when you restart your computer. Now, I recommend you have as little fonts as possible in your permanent fonts activated because it takes quite a bit of memory and slows down your computer. So just activate the fonts that you need at the time that you need it, and know that Suitcase actually installs a little plugin in most Adobe programs that if the font is available in your system, even if it's not activated, it will auto-activate it. So that's a very neat feature. I'm going to go ahead and go to the Google Favorites and just temporarily activate all these fonts. So that was took a couple seconds. and now these fonts are all activated. All right, so I can go into Illustrator here, and we're going to create a new document. And this new document will make it a web and make it 1280 by 800, and click OK. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to expand these palettes. I'm in the Essentials layout, which is here. And this uses a single screen. I usually use multiple screens, but since you can only see this one screen, this will help you see it. All right, so, and then I'll go into my window, extensions, and you'll see there's an Extensis window. Now, the first time you load this might take a few minutes, so be patient, and this window will be loaded. Once it's loaded, you're good to go. Now you notice there's a thing here that says Google Favorites, and this is the group that I've created. I can go to all the Google fonts, or my system fonts, or my entire font library. This would take a few minutes to load. So I'm going to stay in the Google Favorites, and you see that now I have all these fonts. I can kind of see what they look like, and they're directly available in Illustrator. So if I went ahead and wrote something like brand jeans, because that's what we're going to be working on, and let's make this a little bigger. I can now I can apply different fonts very easily just by scrolling through here. Now I can obviously go to my normal font menu, which is here, and just go up and down and so on. But this does not, if you have many fonts like I do, you want to have it grouped sometimes. So it's nice to have your group of fonts that you've pre-sorted within Suitcase. So that's a nice little way of keeping things sorted out. All right, so we're gonna start. I can actually make a copy of this. This tutorial is mostly to show you about fonts. The few manipulations I will do in Illustrator will be fairly simple, but I really wanted you to see how to manage fonts. So if I want to use this font, I can go like this, and if I want the window, let's go to type, get the character palettes out here, and let's do show options. So now I have all my character options. So I can do, all caps or whatever. Okay, so you can make copies. I'm holding on the Alt key to do that, by the way. And you can try all the different fonts, all right? So that's the basic on that. All right, to make this a little more interesting, what we're gonna do is we're gonna import an image, and I've actually made this image available. If you go to my website, on the home page, there's a sign up for the newsletter. And when you sign up, you get access to the source files to follow along with this tutorial. So I'm going to go ahead and place this image. So I went here and place, and then I clicked, and now I'm going to put it to the back. I'm actually going to double click on the scale button, make it 50%, so it's a little easier to manage. I just want to place it for it to cover my whole screen. So I'm going to move this a little bit. Actually, I'm going to just place it top, and we said 1200, I believe. No, 1280. 1280 pixels. All right, so, and I'm gonna click it and lock the object. So now this object is just the background of my page. And so it's a photo I took a few days ago. And all right, so let's try to make a sort of a billboard using some cool fonts, free fonts. So I'm going to take this brand jeans here and make it a little bigger. And I'm actually just going to make the type white, no outline. And that's kind of cool. And Command Y puts me in preview mode, so I can click this, which was otherwise invisible in black there. All right, so I actually like this for a title, but if I wanted to try different title fonts, I'm going to hold down the Alt key and make multiple copies. And I can see like this is kind of cool. This is a possibility. But what I actually want is I want the brand to be red. That's kind of cool. All right, I'm going to go ahead and delete these other ones and make copies from this one. And a couple. So do this one. Let's try lobster. Let's try, there's no real, I'm just testing different fonts here that I've favorited. This one's kind of interesting. So you can see, like, you immediately get a sense of how easy this is. I'm just picking a few free fonts, and immediately I'm starting to look like, this design is starting to pick up. So, I actually like the top one the best because it's kind of a brandy look to it. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pick the top one. All right, so, and then I wanna just put in a thing here because everything always has a tagline. And this is going to be a lot smaller. Let's just make this 30 for now. And I actually want, let's see, a nice thin font. What should we use? This one's interesting. I want it kind of small. I think Tilpin is pretty good. All right, and then I'm going to put this under here, align it, make this just under the brand. Probably best to have it. Make maybe the word always in red. Fun. If you want your type to stand out a little bit, give it a little drop shadow. It's an easy trick. 100%, 0 offset, 0 and 10 blur. Hit OK. So now my letters will always have something behind it. And anyhow, this was really meant to show you how easy it is to install a few fonts. And just so you know, I'm not sponsored by Suitcase. I'm really saying this because this is, as far as I'm concerned, the most useful and easy way to manage your fonts. And as you can see, we've fairly easily made a pretty nice billboard. Granted, the photo is kind of cool, but the type on it is definitely professional and looks pretty cool. Alright guys, I hope you liked that episode. If you want the source files to go along with it, just go to my homepage, kelvindesigns.com, and you can get the source files for free by signing up for the newsletter. You'll get the photo plus the Adobe Illustrator file all for free. And if you do like this episode, it would really help me if you shared it on your social network, Facebook or Google+, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Anyway, I hope to see you soon, and I hope you like this episode.